I'm doing well. Thank you for asking, and thank you for having me on. I'm pretty stoked about this conversation because everybody had theories that they thought happened and didn't pan out, and I actually, well, I'll get into it in a little bit, but I think a lot of the people were very disappointed with the end of the show, kind of because their pet theory didn't pan out. Um, which if I anger any of your viewers for pointing out my thoughts on that, then I apologize. But yeah, some people got kind of, I believe the technical term is butthurt.
There's no sound coming from you. I don't like this program. I'll have to teach you how to use OBS somehow. Yeah, you're not muted on this program for some reason, but we can't hear you on YouTube. Like I can hear you. It doesn't show you muted on here. Hey everyone, y'all are watching us work out technical issues because why does Hangouts gotta just go away? Why do you gotta do this to us, YouTube? Anyways, but yeah, I don't know. I guess check whatever you can check. We'll see what's up.
Oh, does that work? Oh, I
Yeah, still can't hear you.
Oh.
Oh wait. There's something. Yeah, I can hear you. Hold on, what you got going there? Whatever you did, it worked.
I got a new picture thing. So I got a new webcam picture. So
okay,
let's start this all over again.
Woo.
So hey everybody, and as you can tell, we're trying out a new software. This is I found it. It's called Streamlight. This is the first time I'm doing this. The scheduled one is a bit different than going live purely just for going live, but we're here to talk about, like John said, Game of Thrones theories that didn't go as we expected, so they got wronged. But yeah, there's no avatar. This system, I think it's more for gaming, but we're gonna try it. So yeah,
You'll hear me as the voice of God.
the voice of God. Yeah. So yeah, so it's
there.
We're gonna, and yeah, I have no microphone, so I can't really
I
necessarily.
have no camera, so it's all good.
But yeah. So again, John, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. My one thing about the technical issues now, you said you have no microphone. Johnny has no camera, but I can, on this screen, I can see Johnny and I can hear you.
Because you have guest view right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not coming up on YouTube.
Apparently, I'm in timeout.
No. On guest.
No. Oh, no, you can leave the chat up there.
Oh.
Why you can't?
I added you to the screen.
And Bravosi Broadcast, you're here for the articles. Yes, I got the reference.
You're on camera though, I think, but not for us though. Hold on. For me, but not for everybody else. Why is this gone? Now I lost something. Oh no. Anyway.
Yes, the Arthur Dane killed himself. That makes perfect sense. Right? That makes perfect sense. Johnson? Well, Johnson's happening whether you want to or not. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do that, AK. It's not my choice. I'm off camera.
Well, because they don't do avatar in this software, so I don't know why this is. Did you put yourself off camera, or did I accidentally delete it or something?
I have no idea. What do you mean? Did I put myself off camera
Did you like turn off your camera? Or
for a
like,
second? So you're saying it's my fault? You can't turn your camera off for a second on this thing?
no, I just didn't know if I accidentally deleted it. But anyway,
Yeah, because I got this book from AK, but I'll have to do a special on that.
so I somehow deleted the chat. Or did I close the window? Oh, whatever.
I thought I was just really drunk.
It happens. It's happened to me once or twice.
So we're gonna just do some shift. Hold on. Anyway, so Johnny, how are you doing? Well,
I'm all right. Yeah, what's up? I'm having a decent time here. It's a nice hump day, as they all are when you're alive, of course. And just getting to it. What they got wrong, which was it's very fun. Yeah. And Steve York's here because he's one of the leaders in the hate movement, which I both respect. And yeah, I give him a lot of respect for it because I couldn't head that movement. I don't have enough energy for all that. But Steve likes to punch me in the face behind the scenes, just like John.
I did accidentally delete the.
I never want to punch you in the face, Johnny.
Don't lie to me.
Maybe other things in the face, but not punch you.
Okay. So, John,
Yes, ma'am.
what is a theory that you had that didn't pan out?
Oh, okay. I'm going to save my one that really disappointed me for last. So, a theory I had that didn't pan out, and a lot of people think it's funny, but it actually didn't pan out by the end of season 6.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my Rick and eats Ramsey theory.
Yeah.
I've been in love with that since he left for Skagos. I've really been in love with that theory since he left for Skagos.
Did you see the SWAT team just throw a smoke grenade, a gas grenade in there with salsa? Shit, to put it going. Anyways, sorry, I'm just making random comments. I'm on the screen, John, so I got to take over. I'm joking. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's just I had this like thing since the end of Winds of Winter. What was it, 11 years ago? And you know what? I'm not going to whinge at George R. R. Martin. I mean, he's made these books that we enjoy, and I'm not going to tell somebody how long to take on something.
Can you say this is the greatest book ever, even though it's barely halfway finished? Ooh, I'm getting controversial.
No, it's not the Silmarillion, so it can't even touch greatest book ever. It's not even written.
Well, I mean, it's not a book. It's not finished, though. You can't technically say yet, right?
Do what?
I mean, you could say what you like about it so far, but you can't say it's a great book yet.
I can say it's
right.
A great book. What we have thus far.
I mean, it's a great half of a book. I don't know. I was talking about this with the salty Justin Thomason, I think.
But no, I'm just saying I don't think you have a right to tell an artist what to do with their work. I mean, I hope to have the end of this book. I hope to have the end of the series, but I don't think it's my place to. And I think people harassing him is just, it's kind of like a fucking 4-year-old. You tell them to do something enough times, they're just going to be like, nope, I'm not going to do that.
So Germ's a 4-year-old now. That makes sense. No. I mean, I just try to complete it. But I don't know. I think he screwed himself. I think the show screwed it. The expectations are going to be too great, or people are just sour in general. But maybe it's just me because I'm a glass half empty kind of guy.
Yeah.
but I'm also super positive at the same time. I'm a walking oxymoron. So,
Well, the one thing I have to say about the show is every casual fan, which is where you make all your fucking money, who I've talked to was perfectly satisfied with the ending.
Not that I've talked to. Every casual fan I've talked to hated it. They're like, it doesn't make sense. What the hell's going on?
I'm just talking about my personal experience.
And I had to explain stuff to them just for them to get it. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends. But it's really split down the middle, if not more. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Let me open this book. Well, AK sent me something. I think it's some kind of vampire smut. Let me see if I...
Uh-oh. You froze. Uh-oh. If it's not one of this, it's the other. Because now I think we lost Johnny for a second. We lost Johnny! Yay! Oh no. But yes, apparently AK sent him a book. So this stream's going off great right now.
Yeah, Doris Lynch, there are casual fans who hated it. Don't get me wrong. And I've heard a lot online. I'm talking about like people who I know personally who have just watched the show, aren't invested in the books. I've mostly heard positive reviews. People are always going to be disappointed. And I don't want to say anything disparaging about anybody. I have nothing to say anything disparaging about in general. Well, I have a lot of disparaging things to say about people, but none of them are involved with either this live stream or George R. R. Martin. There are plenty of people I can say nasty things about, though. And we have Johnny back.
Yes, somehow I am literally the only thing, like, if you notice, I'm covering the whole screen now because I am so awesome, right? So this works out perfect, though. I'm going to open this shit because let's taste the night with the vampires. I got kicked out. I don't even know what happened. Actually, this service told me to call the technical team, but I called them, screw you. My brain is percolating. So... Let's see, I feel like my brain is a hard-boiled egg, so we'll see what happens. AK posted this book on there's the 7 book covers and 7-day challenge, and it intrigued me. She was awesome enough to send it here. So, a little ASMR. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Okay, so I'll stop it. The Desire series. I already feel like I'm blushing now. I should read some of this, but might be too hot for TV. Okay, I might do a reading on the next live stream just for you. I got to get into this and see what would be a good one for the reading. So, good little section.
That'd be awesome.
This is getting sexual really fast. It's just a book, right? But I can feel the heat coming off this thing.
I think you would do them very well.
But is it?
I can feel the heat.
You have to report back how.
I will give a full report on this book. It will be a scandalous report that my patrons and close friends will get. How about that? And then I'll give a brief description next episode, club. Does that sound good, y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, AK. You're awesome. Got me blushing up here, and it's just a damn book. But she says, yeah, it's just a damn book till you start reading it.
Too hot. But I'll be impressed if you can narrate a sex scene.
Oh, you would? Oh. I have many hidden talents you may not know about. That's all I can say.
Aaron says that it looks like some sexy reading, Johnny.
I'm pretty sure it is. There's some sexual situations on the cover. Y'all are making me blush so hard. Okay, you're getting me. You're getting me. I'll try it. I'll give it my best, and I think you'll dig it. As long as I ain't got to look at myself on camera when I'm narrating it, dude, I can kill it. I can kill it. You'd be like,
I can't.
you won't even know it's me.
Were you not?
Goodness, this is gonna be
Anyway.
awesome. So, John,
Yes, sir.
You had your
what's
Rick
up, bud? I know that you think Arya's ending was perfect for her, and it was the best thing ever. I do gotta
Oh,
say
I was
this:
saving that for
the
last.
writing was horrible, huh?
I was saving that one for last.
Oh, you were? Okay. So, do you think Varys's junk mattered in the end at all?
Not the way it was portrayed on the show.
It was a little, yeah, it was kind of dumb there. It's one of those.
I was when you popped out, I was talking about. Actually, at the end of season 6, I was disappointed because my one big pet theory that I've held on to since the end of Winds of Winter is Rickon comes back on a unicorn with a big batch of cannibals and has Ramsay for dinner. I really wanted that. I was really hoping for that. So even at the end of season 6, some of my expectations got subverted.
Yeah. But I guess
I just really wanted some cannibalism here.
you get it. Yeah, Ollie's mama and papa got ate for TV show's sake. There's no such thing as Ollie in the book. But I would say that I think the Battle of Winterfell could have played out a little better. I think if they had to use Jon Snow. That's what they did. They're using that actor. We all know Stannis is going to be the Battle of Winterfell right now. That's what's about to happen. Will he live? Maybe, but if he does, it won't be for long, I don't think. Rickon's going to be coming on a horny goat, like you said. With, Wyman Manderley's going to, well, the Manderleys. I don't know if Wyman's, too fat to sit a horse is doing too well after having one of his chins cut off, but they're going to trap the phrase on the ice. I got this kind of theory. I don't know if it's a theory, but Stannis is going to pull Lightbringer out on the island where the tree is that the crow's talking about. There's weirwoods out there, and it's a little island in the center of the lake. There's holes everywhere, and going to draw all the army out there so it falls to the lake. Be a nice victory for Stannis, even though they're still going to have to deal with the people inside. That's where you got Davos and Rickon. Davos, what is he, right, John? He's a smuggler. Rickon knows what? The tombs and tunnels of Winterfell. These fuckers are sneaking in Winterfell. I'll let you take it from there. I'm going to try to save this for, I think I got kind of a video out of this. What do you think? Anybody?
About what, sorry? I was just what did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I can definitely see it going that way in the book. In fact, I really like that. I haven't really thought of it that way. But I could totally see, Davos sneaks Rickon in. Just like he sneaks him out of it. Like, that's what Davos does. He sneaks, Mm-hmm. I mean, you roll up his character. He's, got a charisma of 16 and a dex of 15. I don't know. Davos is probably a pretty high-level thief. I'd go with 18, 16, actually. But, I think you could definitely get Rickon in a subterfuge manner into there. Because who knows the catacombs better? Mm-hmm. He lived down there with a freaking wolf for like 3 months.
I mean, check 1, 2. Check 1, 2 makes perfect sense, John. Checking my crackly mic.
Yeah. YouTube don't want to be great today.
Yeah, that's weird. My mic's fucked up. I don't think it's my mic, though, because I just recorded it.
It's probably this fucking sound. It's being nuts. Hmm.
Yeah, this is why you don't see more people using this. Apparently.
This was just a test. It don't have to be permanent. It's either this or
I don't know, but
a
man,
bird.
I just heard my sound. It's like, oh, I just checked the wire, and it's not the internet.
Well, this
And the gain's all the way down.
permanent Ramsey ribs. Yeah, this doesn't have to be permanent. Like
I'll
it
pop back
doesn't
in.
be-
I'll pop out and pop back in and see if that changes it.
Okay.
Because it wasn't like that, was it?
No, not before. Before you lost, you got kicked out. Now, see, this is an interesting one because we're just like, I don't know.
Now I can't hear you at all, Johnny. Yeah, you're on mute, buddy.
Hold on,
I just muted.
he muted himself. Oh, now I've got Johnny again on the big screen. Okay, let's see.
I'm not muted. I'm not muted.
No, but I had to add
No, I
you
can hear you now.
to the scene. I had to add you back.
What?
Because I had to add you back. Anyway,
Only you can hear me, Sasa, apparently.
No, I can hear you. I do.
John can hear you. Anyway,
Oh, God.
yeah, I'll have to work on this. This is a little bit tough. But what is it? So we got Ramsey getting eaten by Rickon and Shaggy Dog. Because if it's Shaggy Dog,
More like limpware, Sasa K. Instead of software.
Limpware.
Boom.
So does Shaggy Dog take part of the Ramsey meal? Like,
I mean, Rickon's like, he's young, but he's learned about sharing from his parents, so I think he would. Ned and even the village idiots seem like the kind of parents who teach their kids to share with their friends. So, yeah.
yeah, it might be me. There.
Yeah, I think he'd even ask everyone else, like, if it happens at the Battle of Winterfell, that all the surviving siblings are actually there. I think Ramsay'd be like, "Hey, you want some thigh meat? You like light meat or dark meat?"
Ramsey ravioli.
Well, I mean,
would that be Ramsay-oli?
the people, how many more people are going to get cooked? Going to go to the law of three? Does that mean Arya gets to cook someone, or did Arya take Wyman Manderley's spot in the show? That's a good question, right? Did Arya take on that role of the Frey Pie, right? It seems that way. Do you think that's what Arya's going to do? Because also, Lady Stoneheart seems to be getting the revenge on House Frey right now, and I think Jaime may be an extension of that to save Brienne's life. How are they going to get Jaime to do something? How would Jaime live? Lady Stoneheart's going to let him go. Some kind of pact. Something.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen. I don't know how.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
But I think it's going to happen. It's kind of like Arya's wolf pack. You don't hang it on the wall so that you don't even use it. And I think that's going to be the case with Jaime and Lady Stoneheart. I think it's going to be the same concept.
What?
It's so weird. If I need to go have a safety meeting, the camera just takes me away.
So that's okay, but Ramsey-oli by Chef Bolton D.
Well, I'm gonna say Dornish wins. Jamie needs to die in the crypt. You best not kill him. No, Jamie's gonna die from a random brick thrown by a peasant in Flea Bottom when he's going back to meet Cersei. They're gonna be running away, and somebody's gonna hit him in the head with a brick. Somebody's just gonna throw it. Some guy talking, he's like, "Look how hard I can throw," and he's gonna miss whatever he's throwing it at. And kill Jamie, hit him right in the temple. Jamie's gonna have a completely ironic death. This is gonna be fantastic.
Yeah. The irony of that death. Yeah, because he had a pathetic death in the show.
Bricaris.
For cars. Well, for a lot of people of King's Landing, it was Bricaris that killed them. So.
I wouldn't say his death was pathetic, but I think it could have been done better. I like the concept that they had behind it. If you know what I mean, like that, he had to die with Cersei, and no matter what the circumstances, it was the two of them together, and this is the only time they actually got to be together, like properly, without any. But yeah, I didn't like the way it was enacted or gone about.
I would have preferred Euron to join in on the embrace, and they all die that way. Like he come up at the end, "I'm not dead yet, Kingslayer," and give him one final hug just to spite his ass. That would be fucking awesome. But yeah, like people said, right next to them, there was no rubble. They could have just stepped 2 feet to the right, and they live.
Really, group hug the name of the Avengers movie, Infinity War, or the newest one. Civil. Sorry, because I think didn't Justin say like group hug was the working title name for the latest Avengers movie?
What was the working title name? Spandex Alert. Spandex Alert, Volume 562. I'm sorry. What was the name you were saying? I said can't speak.
It was group hug for the newest Avengers movie.
Oh, good. No, that was not the real working title. That was probably what they called it on set or something. It was fun. Wait, you're making a joke. Sorry, I need some more whiskey.
Sorry, you guys lost me. I know nothing about Avengers movies. I haven't watched.
Oh, we don't even need to know nothing about it. Group hug. It's just a bunch of superheroes hugging, man. You don't need to know nothing about it. There's no inside joke. It's just I don't know what it is, man.
Not the case that Bricklayers Union hates Jamie. Yeah.
They don't like him. I mean,
he's the reason they have to use OSHA standards.
I mean, you could say Jamie's caught between a brick, and a hard place.
The rock and roll.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What was there was what's it called? So we got Rickon being Rickon having Ramsay ravioli, and we got Jamie getting pummeled to death by bricks. What do you? Oh, I know mine. Well, one of mine.
I'm pretty hungry. Ramsay fried dumplings sound pretty good.
Ramsay fried rice.
Tastes like pork.
It all tastes like pork.
That's what the cannibals tribe say. That's why they all call it long pig.
What was the thing? Oh yeah. So one of mine that I made, I think I made a video on it last summer or something, was that Dario was gonna come back with because he wanted to see who this great king that Danny was supposed to marry was gonna, and they're gonna be like, "You gonna marry this guy, the bastard? Like you're gonna marry like another one who looks virtually in this universe like me?" It's like the whole thing of like, but I'm also the same thing as him, but it's like kind of thing, and there'd be this whole debacle. But he also bring like the Golden Company. It was extensive, but It was
Dario is everything John is not, though. He has a personality. John is a wet blanket. Or has the personality of a goldfish. No offense to goldfish.
the person that, but he kind of does that, at least in season 8, had the memory of a goldfish because he kept saying, "My queen."
And he looked like a goldfish, too. How his lips puckered when he said it. He was eating his food.
Jon Snow is a goldfish.
Yeah, they just didn't know how to write dialogue. They forgot how to write dialogue with Germ left. Just watch. They forgot how to write dialogue and carry a storyline. It's amazing. I mean, season 5, they got by. Season 6, you start to see it if you pay attention. And then it just gets really sloppy. Like, I don't want to fucking do this shit anymore. Type lazy writing in 7 and 8. Like, I don't even want to do this anymore. That's just like, it's like when you get tired of a project, you're starting to get burnt out, and you just want to get that motherfucker over with. That's what D&D did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true, man.
Yeah.
They even cut down the seasons. I mean, you can see it. It's clear.
And then there was this, Danny forgot about this. Danny forgot about that. It's like, what? Oh, yeah. But
It just feels rushed. I mean, the last 3 seasons of the show feel really rushed. I don't think anybody can deny that. I mean, I'm a person who I can sit here and say
You can't even objectively say the writing was good.
there are plot holes, but I can enjoy if I look at it outside of the books and the fandom and things like that.
Mhm.
I can enjoy the last 3 seasons of the show and the show as a whole. But on the same note, like, yeah, the last 3 seasons, there's no way to deny it. It just feels rushed AF.
Season 6 was probably the last best season, and some people online, they're like, I just discounted after season 6. Like, after like that finale, the rest of the 2 don't matter. They're like, if that was the ending that we got, I'd be kind of okay with it. But in the end, at the same time,
In the end, we get a happy wrap up for everyone. Just bows, butterflies for Grey Worm, which nobody speaks about. Hey, you're all gonna fucking die, guys. You're
Dude,
dead.
it's 3 months of butterflies.
Skin gonna fall off your bones. What'd you say about butterflies? What'd you call me?
I said he has 3 months of butterflies.
Oh,
but it was
what?
like a week.
I thought it was-
What?
For some reason, I thought it was 3 months. You're probably correct.
Fuck are we even talking about now?
The butterflies, the poisonous butterflies.
How long it takes them to kill? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a few days. I thought. I thought
Yeah.
it was like 3 days or something. I don't know. Anyway, you get sick as fuck. Fucking shit, throw up blood. Skin starts falling off. Anyway, yeah, it's fantastic. Some kind of super bacteria, probably.
Mm.
Or a nanolon. That's my best guess.
Nanolon. Wasn't that-
Johnny, you're giving away secrets about what we're going to do to the human race.
Oh, yeah.
It's already been done, man. They can't stop it.
Sasuke asked the question because we kind of thought about it during Derriere debates last Saturday.
Yeah, Sasuke, shut up with that. That doesn't count. I'm kidding.
But does that count? The
I'm not gonna read it. No, it's established Grey Worm is immune, right? And MackenzieLBurns? Because of the Lord's kiss. Winky winky.
but technically Gordon's the Lord, so
So I mean, okay, this is basically what happened. Grey Worm giving the Lord's kiss, and he picks up the gene through giving the Lord's kiss orally from Masande that actually makes him immune to the bacterial infection. Is that where we're going here?
yeah.
So basically, Grey Worm had a cut in his mouth. He got mutated when he hit the sunlight or some kind of, I don't know, some kind of stimuli. Advanced his mutation, and now he will be able to live on Noth. But every bit of the other Unsolids are dead. Grey Worm knows this. He doesn't give a fuck. What do they have to live for anyway? What did Jamie say? Don't have gold or money. What are you living for? Or gold or women. What are you living for if you're a dude? But, you know, Jamie, Braun, notorious pricks. So, who knows?
So basically, you're saying that Missandei has a magical.
No, she has a magical STD that transmits and mutates Grey Worm's DNA. Like, this is no joke. Did you hear what I said happened to his DNA? I was trying to be a little light about it, but no. It's not magical. It's some weird form of love STD that gives off love for butterflies. I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah.
Butterflies. Dorna Schwench. Oh, Jesus. She said she missed the great butted ape. Butt debate. She meant the butt debate. Yeah, next on Saturday, if it happens on Saturday. Probably not with this software, who knows. But I think Johnny has a good butt backstory I gave him to think about.
For who?
Maester Flamin.
Oh, yeah, Maester Flamin.
But
drinks and nose stuff. I mean, drinks and nose things.
It's Luke.
And dragons and furry outfits. What's up, Luke?
The furry outfits. I remember that now. Call the phones.
Even had the little front flap to use the bathroom. Or at least that's what they said. I don't even remember exactly. I just
yeah.
Like a red and white.
So we got the Grey Worm getting eaten by butterflies. So what happened?
Hey, Griffin. Oh, sorry. I'm getting old. I just read stuff as it pops up.
So we got Dario. Like, Dario didn't come back, so we never found out what happened to Dario, which was kind of upsetting. It's like, you didn't even give us like one scene that was like, Danny's dead. Like an epilogue scene of like, well, she died. She should have just stayed here with me and everything would be fine. Like, that would have been like a funny way to end it, you know. Because
I don't know, man. If I were Dario, I would have been like, "Oh, bitch is dead. Guess who's ruling Marine now?"
until they chose their own leader, it's like, what would have been like? I don't know. And then the poor
Colombia has gotten to choose their own leader quite a few times. So is, say, North Korea, Argentina. I mean, I could give you an arm-long list of countries that choose their own leader. I could see Dario pulling off a military junta.
the second son.
They made this him. I think Dario's more than likely dead. He lived a life of an adrenaline junkie, and he's bound to die. You know, you could be the best fighter in the world, but once you trip on that route and accidentally kill yourself, that doesn't fucking matter. Steve Hart, what the fuck happened to all of Craster's wives? I got an answer for that one. They are all waiting for Jon Snow and Tormund in this rapid love fest and this new thing they call picture making. The moving pictures are happening in Westeros, and you know what the first thing they ever put on moving pictures is, right, John?
Yeah. They made him back whenever.
Goats will probably be involved. We'll figure out. There are no giants left, much to Tormund's dismay. I'm sorry. Y'all go. I'll shut up for a second.
And plus,
I'll be right back. I gotta turn the camera off, so y'all won't see me for a minute. So remember this bald hairline. I don't joke.
I'll try not to. Plus, you know, Brienne has sworn an oath to be Bran's Kingsguard, which made no fucking sense. I thought she was gonna be Sansa's head of the Queensguard, but that didn't happen. So it's like, Jesus.
I think maybe Brienne finally realized how much of an ungrateful bitch Sansa treated her like for a long time. Like, I'm a Sansa fan, but
yeah, that's the question.
She was pretty ungrateful. Like, on a number of occasions.
Yeah. So, yeah, Sansa the case makes the point of, like, yeah, she would never let Sansa, would have left Sansa alone. Yeah, because mutiny might happen if something goes awry. And plus, Bran technically doesn't need a Kingsguard, because he just can, like, go into the mind of the person who's trying to kill them and be like, all right, bye-bye.
He doesn't have those type of psychic powers, as far as we know. I mean, he can't, like, just drive someone crazy.
You can control. Hold on.
Oh, okay. So Bran will be able to do a little more. I don't know. This is what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what he's gonna do with Drogon, but in the books, I don't think he could ever warg Drogon unless Dany dies because of that bond with them. That'd be like him
Mhm.
trying to completely take over someone's animal. When we think of Varamir Thick Skins, we know how hard that can be. It can be done, but I think that he would go for an easier target, right? One of the ones that aren't taken yet, if he's going to go for a dragon. I think that's what, the whole flying thing, which I just equate to him being able to fly with his third eye, for one, and also the ravens, which seem to be a Children of the Forest favorite, right?
Mhm.
Will he try to control a dragon, or what this son of a bitch is going to do? I don't know. It'll be drawn out a lot better. Oh, AHS. American Horror Stories tonight. The Year I Was Born. That's the name of the fucking
Interesting.
season. So that's what's up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to throw that in while I'm getting my whiskey on. Bye.
Yeah, I think a lot of stuff would be different, like Sasuke mentions, if Sandor had lived. Like, yeah, like in terms of probably Kingsguard, Queensguard kind of thing. But, one other big theory thing that didn't pan out, but who knows, it might pan out in the books. Dany tries to have another baby, but she can't because she's the literal mother of dragons, and all the children that she tries to give birth to come out like Rhaego. Like Rhaego wasn't an incident of blood magic or Mary Masdor witchiness because she had wings like a bat and like a tail or something like that. It's like, yeah, because she would actually have
Well,
dragons.
that's what she was told by Marima's door. She never actually saw the baby, and I don't. If I remember correctly, nobody else did. So
No.
it leaves it in a bit of question.
No, Jorah said that he never lived, so Jorah might have seen it. I'm pretty sure. Because it's like the boy, because he said the boy did not live, or whatever. But Jorah wanted to, I think, spare her the details or something. But
And Dora Schwench is disappointed because there wasn't a gender reveal party.
yes, all the John Harris fans, they wanted a wedding, an episode that involved just wedding planning and the wedding and then the baby shower and then the birth. Spend 3 episodes just purely on that. But that didn't happen.
Oh my heavens. Okay, working in the service industry, I would never want to be that wedding planner. Like dealing with the most self-entitled, pretentious word I'm not allowed to say on Mackenzie's channel that has probably ever existed, or at least in the past 300 years. Yeah, I would totally not want to be planning one of those events. I'd be like, nope, sorry. See you, bye. I mean, half the reason I love season 8 is watching Daenerys get stabbed. Yeah. It brought me more joy than anything in quite some time on the show. I mean, last time I got as much joy was watching somebody else get stabbed, and that was the Village Idiot.
So your theory didn't got wrong; it got right. Because you wanted her to die, so it got right. So, but a bunch of other people, it got wrong. When it
wasn't my theory; it was just my desire.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of hope Arya's head was thumped off by the mountain.
Yeah.
I love Arya to death, but she become utterly useless after killing the Night King. She should have just went on fucking vacation instead of even going to King's Landing. I don't know what's going on with that. Does anybody know why she went to King's Landing? Think about that. Does anybody ever think about that?
She only went to.
Why did she go? To stalk Jon for like one scene? Why did she ever go? Like, I know she wanted to kill Cersei, blah, 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 but I don't know. It just kind of doesn't make sense at this point. After she went through all this evolution, through all this growing up, I still want to kill Cersei. I've saved the world. It's not enough. You know, I don't know. I wish they would have at least panned something out with her. Her killing Dany.
The one
Doing great. And then she gets, you know, the hell beat out of her, mysteriously escapes. Like, they put her in shackles or whatever, and then they come back to get her. She's gone. You know, I can handle some cool ass ending like that for Arya. We don't know where the fuck she is. That's who she is, right? She's in the shadows. She's like I am. You can't fucking see me, but you can hear me. I'm stealth killing y'all motherfuckers. What's up? No, I'm just kidding. I'm being such a weirdo. But, you know, just to leave it in the dark and said, I'm going to go sail west to Westeros on a little ship. Ooh. Might as well said Barbie on the side. Probably get in trouble for that. But still, man, it's just... It was really cookie cutter, right? Everything was so molded. It was a little off. It didn't fit the whole feel of the series. Didn't fit anything. Centavia Major, what's up? And Linda Smith, if I have not said hey. Hello, Linda Smith. And y'all go ahead. See, Diatribes and Diatribes by Johnny B. Diatribe.
Johnny B. Diatribe. I'm still trying to get used to this one. So, where was it? Oh, but yeah, Arya's, because a lot of people thought that Arya would go back. Like, I think, Johnny, you might have thought that she was going to go back to the Faceless Men, or there was going to be some repercussions for that, but that didn't happen.
They at least come back and take their faces back. Something. I mean, come on, man. Gotta do something. They look like bitches now.
Yeah, that was my big theory that didn't pan out, that I was disappointed with. And I don't even know if it's going to pan out this way in the books, but I was really hung up on the concept of Arya becoming the kindly woman.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how she has to pay her debt.
Yeah.
And, that was the big one that really, I mean, the after season 6, the pretty much the Faceless Men, everything was let go of and not really even mentioned. I do have to say that, whether it was combining characters or not, I freaking love the opening of season 7. I thought it was great. I remember watching it the first time and my jaw hit the floor and I just thought it was freaking awesome. But yeah, they totally let go of that narrative. And, that was my one big theory that I had that didn't pan out, and is that Arya would become the kindly woman. I mean, that would be her honest pay for that. That would be how she reaped what she sowed.
Yeah.
Is that she has to spend the rest of her life doing that.
Can I take it one step further for you, John?
Sure.
She may be the kindly woman, right? I've always kind of liked that theory from you. What if, and I guess everything's a what if at this point, her warging skills got to work out. They are super powerful. She can work stuff across countries. If she can start across the narrow sea, if she can start to control that, she would be the perfect kindly woman. She could spy on all kinds of people without having to move from the House of Black and White, right? Once she knows what she is. That's why I think somehow she's going to end up with Justin Massey, who Stannis has sent north to the Wall, and he's going to Bravos to raise 20,000 swords for Stannis. Somehow I feel like they're going to cross paths. Arya's going to make it maybe even to the Wall. Winterfell's going to be a fucking ruin for the rest of the book, in my opinion. But I think Arya's going to make it somewhere where she learns about warging. She's going to get some kind of insight into how to control it better, right? Whether it be through a dream, a green dream that's sent to her, or whether she actually meets someone physically. So that's kind of my, just kind of expanding a little bit on your theory, John, because I like it. Those powers she got, something serious.
Happened, but it's a stupid line of what's west of Westeros, and then it's like Bran's like, "Are you shitting me? You can just fucking ask me." But it's like, nope. But then there's also, what was it? The line in
Oh yeah, skin change during the switch. I don't know. I mean, it's just like we've always called them wargs, but it is a skin changer. Thank you. We gotta learn to say that right. Been saying it wrong. Wow.
And then what was it? There was the line in the script that was like, Jon and Sansa do not know how to read the map. They failed geography. It's like, what? It's like, but you want to be like rule over this vassalist land, but you don't know how to read the map. That's like, oh yeah, because it was the battle for the episode before the battle for Winterfell, and they're like, Jon and Sansa look at the map, but they don't. But they failed geography, so they don't know how to read it. It's like, what?
I mean, I can see that expressed as a joke. A joke in the sidebar or whatever. But I think maybe a wee bit has been read too much into that, but I'm not defending the writing of the last few seasons of the show by any means. It far too rushed. Hey, Star Wars money, Netflix money.
Mm-hmm. So was there someone put another another theory that I thought that might happen that didn't was Dany was gonna die in childbirth, but that didn't happen because she didn't get pregnant. So that that was pretty decent, which was kind of funny. And I thought there was a part of me that thought that that if she did have a baby, if Daenerys did have a baby, then that would be the heir to whatever the North, I guess, and then that would fulfill more or less the Elizabeth the First legacy kind of thing, where it was like Elizabeth and then this, because I can explain it further in.
I thought Jon Snow just had a really good pickup line.
McQueen.
Yeah, I mean that was always my impression. Oh well, how do we know you can't make a baby?
They didn't do it anyway.
Like it was just a really good pickup line. It was, it was a way to peel some Khaleesi pants.
Dany becoming the Night Queen would have been actually quite hilarious. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, but what are you thinking with that? Technically, I guess the Night Queen was an other that fell in love with the Night's King, right? But they say she was an other, but she had babies. And then they sacrificed those babies to the others. But then we see that the others take human babies. So does that mean the Night's Queen was just a human that was portrayed as an other, the other being the same thing as a wildling? Just some kind of slur at that point in time. Boom, what the hell, I don't know.
Well, that's all that it gets in regards to that. That's always been my thought.
Ooh, this might be interesting. This is more of this might actually happen, not a this is wrong. We know Jon in the books is dead. What if he becomes the Night's King, and then it's like the other person is like Val or something.
So Val is the Night's Queen? Swear. I've talked about this recently.
Yeah, because I've been thinking about Val stuff recently, because I think Jon's show ending is going to be much different than in the book, obviously, because he's dead. And I think Aaron said that Jon also got is like in the book. I don't remember this, even though I just finished the book. About like how John was like killed if he also got his throat slit in the book.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But let me. Oh, I can just throw this out here. So if Val's the Night's Queen, what if? So the Night's Queen sacrificed their children to the others. What if she tries to give baby Sam, who's not baby Sam, it's just Monster, tries to give Monster to the others, tries to sacrifice, like just give them the baby to appease them, to fend them off for a little bit. I could see something like that happening. But then maybe, fuck, I don't know. I don't know where to go from there, though. Just a thought.
Because that would be much cooler than the whole McQueen. But then, that would be Aegon's storyline. They'd be like, well, girly, I got to kill you.
Or John works into Monster, and then John's a baby for the rest of the books.
And then Val has to just carry him around.
He's been wanting to put those tits in his mouth for a while, so win-win for Jon Snow.
But then that would appease the people who, what is it? The Mance Rayder is Rhaegar theory. So then he's Rhaegar's son, but also Mance Rayder's son. So then it's like, I am my father's, it's like a double fathered son.
Oh wait, Mance Rayder's son's with Gilly, right? Is that what you're saying?
Oh
yeah, Gilly's son's at the wall, ready to be thrown in a fire, and nothing happens. Or whatever. Yeah, I gotta save Master Flamin for later though, because that just made me think of it. But yeah, y'all go ahead. I'll shut up for a second because I've been just kind of rambling about nonsense.
Yeah, Mance Rhaegar. Yeah. I wish we got more turning it hair like a
if
little.
Mance is Rhaegar was an ugly bastard.
I wish we got more of Rhaegar. I know people were like, "Oh, Rob, we're going to see what is it? The Turning at Harrenhal. You're going to see Rhaegar and be all the beauty person," and he just stands there and goes, "I love you," to like the Lyanna the person who played Lyanna's actress. Like Lyanna's actress had much further more lines than I expected.
Dane's dead. There's no reason for him to be alive. It wouldn't change the story. And if Germ introduces another fucking new character, he will never end the fucking books. He won't do it. I'm just saying, like, logistically, that stuff's not going to turn out
Mance's
anything. But it's fun to think about. And I am a party pooper.
Is Mance Arthur Dane? I don't know. But then who's...
Does it matter in the end? Will it change the story?
No.
Nope. I'm sorry. I'm such an asshole.
The real R.L.
But I do love it. But it's fun to talk about and theorize. But we don't have enough books left for that to play out. We don't have enough books left. Seriously.
Tormund is Sir Gerald Hightower. What? R? Because he says R all the time. I don't know. This stream has devolved into I don't know what. And it's weird because
was Gerald Hightower 5'1"? If he was, that's fine because Tormund's like 5'1" in the books.
No,
I don't know if you're wondering. And he says har all the time. I don't know any Hightowers that say har.
No, wait, no. Hold on.
I'm being
Aaron's now correcting and saying that Tormund is Oswald Went and Corin Halfhand is Gerald Hightower.
Okay, so Tormund so Oswald Went spent his whole life trying to get that perfect wildling accent, that thick, juicy chicken accent. But why? Like, if he's Oswald Went, what the hell happens in the story? That's what I want to know. Like, okay, if he is, then what does that mean? That's what I want to know. What does it mean? Tell me.
everything.
Yeah, hard. I love giant boobies and stuck my peener in everything. In a bear, in a she bear, in a giant, in a goat, in a moat, in a castle with an asshole, in a pair with a bear.
Yard at the wall.
Okay, I'm being such. If RLJ is a thing, it doesn't even matter. I don't think if RLJ is even a thing. I mean, it may matter, but I think John just not.
The more that I think about it, though, it's hard, especially with book timeline, that RLJ makes it work. It could be John. It could be another baby, but it's not John.
Well, why can't Tormund just be awesome without having to be Oswald Went? Why can't he just be an awesome dude? Why can't Mance Raider just be who he is and be awesome? Why do they have to be this? If it's the Kingsguard, because I've never seen Kingsguard come back to life and then become Kingsguard again. You're making me salty. I'm getting ranty right here.
No, I get where you're coming from. Like, why can't a character just be awesome in their own regards? Like, why does there have to be some like noble, high, or esoteric background behind somebody just being, like you said? Why can't Mance Raider just be a freaking badass because he's Mance freaking Raider? You know,
Yeah.
like he is a badass, and he doesn't need to be somebody else. Yeah, a lot of those theories, like, always kind of irritated the living piss out of me. And since I'm undead, I don't have much living piss, so losing what little I had was very disappointing.
That's fun. Does anybody in the chat have a theory that they had that didn't come to life on screen?
A theory
I'm
that
happy
didn't
that
come to life on screen.
What?
A theory that didn't come to life on screen.
Yeah.
Steve, you must have had a drink or two or something, or tuck on some good. I don't know. I don't know what you do. I don't assume to judge you for anything you do, but drinks and noses come with some good hashtags. You need to come up to the Cylon Johns and Jills and may just win a fracking lunchbox for that hashtag. I think John's got it, so I can show off. Shameless plug. Thank you, Sasa. Well, we're all part of it, so I guess it's not really, we're all kind of, first-time watchers, people that talk shit about it, and me, experts, stuff like that.
But you don't get hit.
I tell you what, if Rhaegar is still alive, that means Rhaegar is king, and then no one else gets to.
Wouldn't have that been fun?
I mean, if Rhaegar is alive, I don't know. I guess they could have had glamours because they had rubies, but there's been plenty of people that have rubies that haven't had glamours. But just because a glamour needs a ruby, it doesn't necessarily just need a ruby. Finger bones, which somebody's going to find Davos's finger bones and do something dirty with it. It's unlost. And they're washing up on the Quiet Owl. And what if the Hound puts on Davos's finger bones? I know we're not talking about the show. Fuck, I'm messing up here. Okay, I'm messing up. I'm just going on weird rants. Sorry.
Sasuke brings up a good point.
Rhaegar was an asshole, though, Dornish Wench. He was an asshole.
Sasuke brings up the good point of, plus that means everyone else sent to the wall at the same time, including tons of Targaryen loyalists like Slynt, or the Alistair Thorne and Jeremy Riker would have recognized all of these people that are supposed. They'd be like, "Hey," but it's like you don't want to say anything. Yeah, so that theory don't make much sense. Cool. I don't know about that.
No, did not address that.
I know people were talking about the Golden Company earlier. Like, yes, they showed up
Oh yeah, was it Dornis Wentz, the folding company?
Yeah.
Anyways, you asked them on their if you asked them during the interview, how do you do under pressure? I fold like a lawn chair. Pretty much what happens.
Oh my
You know, it's pretty interesting because everyone wonders how the horse didn't die, right? But if you watch it, you know, Harry Strickland, that wasn't even Harry Strickland. Yeah, homeless Harry. It's hard for me to even think of him as that because he looks nothing as homeless Harry is portrayed. He lives, and the horse lives. You see the fire kind of go around, and that's the horse that seemingly Arya leaves off with. And then he runs away and does nothing. Doesn't kill any main character to give us some emotion. You know, he could have took somebody with him, right? Somebody could have went. You know, nobody goes. They just slash through everybody. I don't want to fight, but I do. And then you just know, oh! And then Danny and whatever. You know, it's just fantastic. I don't even know what I was saying anymore, but it's confusing why Harry Strickland had to go down like a little biatch, stabbed in the back. Didn't Grey Worm get him? Was
Yeah.
it Grey Worm that got him? So,
Yeah.
I mean, Grey Worm took out the guy that. Well, no, Grey Worm just took out a dude, basically. This guy, how you gonna run like that? He's some badass. I don't know, whatever. Okay, and he's not a badass in the books, but I mean, you're commander, right? So I don't know. I'm just confused by it all. The more I even think about it, this was why even bring them? You could at least had like one pygmy elephant or something, right? And just
It's too expensive.
yeah,
Maybe come riding in a
Yeah.
Dumbo.
yeah, Dumbo flying in on Dumbo. It'd be water versus fire too, because Dumbo could fill up his trunk, right? That'd be a good one.
I think elephant steaks would be on the menu that night.
Now that'll be something on Photoshop later. Drogon and Daenerys with Harry Strickland and Dumbo.
Drogon and Dumbo had a baby.
Then it'd be like Donkey
Dumbo
and Dragon.
or Drumbon.
Then it'd be like the creature things in Shrek, the dragon and the donkey. Like it was like a donkey body with dragon wings. You know, in Shrek.
I don't know. I kind of liked Harry Strickland, like just dying such an ignominious death, because at least in the book, he's kind of built up to be like this great big thing, and in the show they tried to build up the Golden Company as this great big thing, and Big Worm just comes and stabs him.
Well, they didn't have Aegon to be like, yo, this is how we do things. It was just like Danny just been like, I'll blow you all to bits. Just stand there. Look pretty.
And by the way, that's my headcanon. Grey Worm is Big Worm.
Big Worm.
Grey Worm really is an asshole. I don't know what he's done, but he did learn how to negotiate or something. The fact that none of these people attack King's Landing because we know none of the civilians are left alive. So why the fuck are you holding back? You got enough people to take them. It's like 10,000 soldiers holding the whole city. Sorry, I'm about to go in a cursing storm in just a second. But you know, the army that Tyrion brought with him when he traded the trophy that they brought when Missandei got her head shot, they could have taken that city. You know, there was nothing in there. I'm just tired. I'm tired. Do we got to talk about season 8 anymore? Let's talk about after season 8.
Oh, the one thing I wanted to bring up, we were kind of right, but then we kind of were wrong about the Missandei thing, about how she was going to ask Danny to leave or whatever.
Oh yeah, I thought Danny was gonna kill Missandei. I thought that would have been better, but I'm a dark bastard.
No. If Missandei was still alive and Danny still killed everybody in King's Landing, and Missandei wanted to leave, then Danny would have killed Missandei. That's what I would have thought happened. Like, she wouldn't be like, oh, he gets to stay.
But the thing is, yeah, maybe. I mean, problem is, the reason she burned King's Landing, we're led to believe, is because Missandei was killed in front of her.
That's what.
I mean, and with that and her losing Jorah, but, everything on top of it, it would have been, it would have been way better that way, though. We were talking about that forever because it seemed set up that way. And especially when Missandei and Grey Worm were talking about leaving. They were going to leave, And with what happened in season 7, I'll always stay. And if she wants me to, if I want to leave, she'll let me go. Basically, it was the Davos John Missandei conversation. And, that's supposed to build up to something usually in a story. And it built up to jack shit, as many things in the story did. You can find these threads and clues, and lots of stories don't do.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, you're cutting out, Johnny.
Uh-oh. This is just so crazy. He's gonna come back in a second. Yeah. Go ahead.
I've said this for 20 years now.
Hmm.
I don't think there was anything unpredictable about the way the show ended with Dany's story arc. I think it was too rushed. Absolutely, obviously. But she turned into her brother with bigger muscles.
Yep.
And I felt like that was always going to happen. I've never personally liked the character, been attached to the character, never liked her, and it's just, how do you think a petulant teenager is going to act when they have, bombs to throw at people, when they have weapons of mass destruction?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just a petulant teenager who wants her way, and she doesn't get her way, so she throws a floor-kicking temper tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
Like, thank heavens. Like I said, my favorite thing about the last 4 seasons of the series was watching her get stabbed. I've wanted it for 20 years now, since the first time I read the book.
Yeah.
So, I went off camera for just a second. This program doesn't like me.
No, it does not.
Kick me out again. Yeah. Oh, I said that already.
Yeah. I think, with the whole Dany situation, I figured she was gonna die. I just didn't, and I kind of suspected it would be by John's hand, meaning by getting her pregnant somehow and then killing her or whatever. I just didn't really until episode 4 is when I was like, maybe the killing of Dany would be interesting in the aspect of having to kill John, having to kill him. But but Johnny, continue your.
I don't fucking know what the hell was happening. What was that? Where did I cut off at? Because it was a good one.
You were talking about Dany and Missandei and
okay.
stuff like that.
So back in season 7, blah blah blah, when Missandei, not Dany. Anyway, we were talking about leaving. Much like a bunch of threads that we've seen, they have nothing that pans out here. And that's just one of the things. And if you go back and look at it, you'll see many, many little threads of things that, when they introduce certain things, you usually see something happen with them or something deliberately not happen with them. Not just you forget about that whole plot line. So that's what got weird in the last seasons. And then they just want to showcase the actors' facial expressions and have silent movies a lot, and they've admitted this, and I don't know. I lost on my I lost out on that good rant though, on that momentum I had going. So, whatever.
Yeah. Like, I think that Danny would have taken out anybody. Like she said it in her war scene, she will take out anybody and want to conquer the whole world, which would have been interesting, but it also would have left her the only person alive, because she would have wanted to kill John. If John is like I made this meme, which I was gonna put in here today, but then this whole design thing didn't work, and it was like, I was supposed to win. It was like Danny like looking at Sansa like, I was supposed to win, and then Sansa being like, the number one rule of Westeros, it's to plan a plot or be killed. Like to plan a kill or be killed. So it's like basically it's what Sansa did. It's like, oh, I'll plan to kill you. It won't be my own hand, but I'll lead somebody else down the path to your death. So it's like, what is it? Like Baelish did? It's like, don't have his hands dirty, just push it onto somebody else. That's what Sansa did in season 8. She was like, I'll plan it for you, but I just won't kill the actual person, which is what happened.
So can you at least say Sansa should have led an attack on there and should have actually brought an army down there, like we were talking about, brought Brienne down there, not trust Danny, say, yeah, I'm in the north, but what threat's coming north? We need to go save my brother who I said I love so much, and how much family is important, and if Bran needs to become king, why are you waiting fucking 30 days or 14 fortnights, whatever the hell's going back? Luke, you know you love them hugs. Everybody loves them hugs. I'm going to start a hug booth at the next Game of Thrones. Cha-ching! What was I talking about? I'm getting all flustered because I'm getting hugs.
I have to admit, Johnny hugs are some of the best hugs out there.
Yes.
And I'm not a hugger. Like, I'm pretty anti-hug. I'm not a touchy person. Johnny hugs are pretty nice.
Johnny be having
Johnny be going off camera in just a second. He's a legend. Now I can't live up to the hug hype.
Johnny be huggy.
I need more alcohol.
Exactly, Sasuke. The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. But let's all separate now.
Johnny be hugging. Johnny be huggy. Johnny wears huggies.
I have not seen him at that point, but I'm sure it's happened at least once or twice.
John just couldn't see at that point. Not that he couldn't see me at that point. At that point of the night, John just couldn't see. He was so jacked up.
Yeah.
Neither one of us could. About this far.
I will neither confirm or deny these stories.
The pack hugs. The pack hugs. Wait, never mind. I'm gonna say
Lone wolf cries.
I was gonna say the lone stroke. The lone stroke dies. The group hug survives. I don't know.
Oh no. The game hug.
Oh my goodness. I tell you what, that was Sir Eric and Sir Eric. Don't get those two names confused, right?
Or Osha.
Hey, Eric! Wait, which one?
Was it? And then there was, and Osha, Yara, when she was like, she killed Danny. They're like, he killed Danny. It's like, yeah. She was gonna kill everybody else. I said, just shut up. After that.
That was my one huge disappointment with season 8. Like, if I'm not looking as a theory person who sits here and talks about this all the time, and a book person and so forth, like just as show entertainment, Like, why the fuck did Yara not say, hey, oh, or the North's going to be free? Yeah. See ya, bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Why did Dorn not do that? Like, I could see Bran ruling the 4 kingdoms,
Hmm.
but not the 6.
Yeah, you'd think that she'd ask for for the Iron Islands independence, and then people shit on Sansa because she's like, "I want the North." It's like, yeah, you
That's
can
what I
ask
would have done.
because you just gotta ask. Because all he's gonna do is just be like, "Sure."
Well, you live in Canada. I mean, you guys have Quebec. They think they're another fucking country.
Well, I mean,
You
you're
have
gonna give
Texas. It's the same way.
you're gonna give the biggest shitbags in the 7 kingdoms freedom. Why not the North?
Exactly.
And nothing against Iron Islanders. You know, they're a very fascinating culture, but they are shitbags. They'll tell you themselves.
Exactly.
They do have a certain code that's admirable, though.
Who knows?
To a
Yara.
certain aspect.
Who knows? Probably Yara will lead some sort of rebellion against Bran, but he'll see it coming from thousands of miles away.
AK's back.
AK's back again. Yeah, we're shit talking him.
AK's back. Tell your friend.
What was the
What the fuck was that?
That was John, his mic thing. I don't know.
What'd you do, man? Like, fumble your mic or something?
I don't
No,
know.
I don't think so.
It was just
Okay.
the mic thing.
Yeah, just don't get close to your computer again. Step away, son.
Dude, I haven't even moved.
Well, you know, I believe the videotape would argue with them. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'll have a question for you all.
Yep.
You all guys. Sansa, Queen of the North. Will the North be independent in the end?
In the book?
And yeah, like, so if Sansa stays on track, okay, never mind. I'll go more show. I just like talking about the books more, but we'll go show. Sansa stays on track as Queen of the North. Bran has no heir to his body. Okay, this is going to be a big point of contention. Where do you think Sansa ranks in the heir to Bran? Family-wise, I would say she's up there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go.
She could technically take over, but then they would have to have a rule that she would. But then that's going back to one kingdom again. And it's going back to just 7 kingdoms under one person. So,
Technically, you have a parliamentary state where the nobility, who is supposed to represent the people, vote on who the king is or queen. Technically. I don't know how that would pan out. I do think, however, that Sansa would want it.
Of course, she's power hungry, like everybody said.
I think she just wants to chill in the north and be like, hey, I've got the biggest fucking kingdom here.
Yeah, like,
And, you know, all you motherfuckers can, you know, chill down there and do all your backstabbing bullshit. Almost like Norway was in the 16th century. Like, hey, we're okay. We tried to conquer and everything, didn't work.
mm-hmm.
Now we're just gonna go do it. Don't mind me, I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah, there's what was it? There's if I can get this. Yeah, I think Sansa would want yes, if she is to survive Bran. If she is to survive Bran, then I would think that she would probably make a play for the Seven Kingdoms, or like the rest of the kingdoms. But I'm not too sure. Like, I think she would, but at the same time, it's one of those situations where you're like, I guess. Because she herself also doesn't have an heir, technically, because Warhouses are still alive. The Glovers, probably, if they're not dead already, Sansa will have at least Lord Glover beheaded because of treason for all his mistakes. Because he's like, I'll show up. Like, I'm not going to show up to one battle, and then I'll name your brother, cousin, king, and then I go home, and then when you need me again, I'm not showing up. And then when she's probably declared queen, he wasn't there, so either he died before that happened or not. So it's like, who's then in charge of Winterfell? Is it like your sister's is like emptying cousin that we twice removed? Like, I don't know. Oh, Johnny's muted. Listen. It says you're muted. Hold on. I don't know. Ariel. Some random kid. Hold on. I'll get back to that in a second. I can't hear you, Johnny. Hold on. You're muted for me. So, okay. Then why do you keep talking? Anyway, so I'm very confused.
Yeah, you're muted. Your mute button is on, Johnny.
Do you want me to like leave? I don't know what's going on. It's gonna. Okay. Let's try this again. This software is pissing me the heck off. Okay, delete that.
Oh, just say it. Just say it. It's pissing you what? Come on, just say it. Just say it.
Okay. No, it's.
This software is a what? What is it?
No.
Say it.
No.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. John, yeah, this. I don't think we're going to use this anymore. This was just a test. Yeah.
Aaron says, say it, say it, say it. How can we get everyone in the chat to get Sasa to say the word that she has never said on air?
No. I was like, no. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to probably use this again come the future because I'll just have to figure out something else, whether it's trying to get a new computer or something or using a different computer for this when I do these streams or whatever, because I tried to see if this would work and it's not working for Johnny. So if it's not working for Johnny, then I'll know if like anyway. What was the one thing someone said?
Hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yeah, there's no heir to the Sixth Kingdom throne. They would have to vote. Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing one has to think about. Like, by separating herself from the other kingdoms, Sasa is pretty much no longer even part of the conception of inheriting.
Yeah.
I mean, arguably there could be through marriage or pacts or things like that, but if we're going by general medieval rules, you know, it would be like Catherine the Great marrying George III.
Mhm.
Like, that would be the only way Catherine the Great could rule England,
Yeah. Ooh.
which would have been if she had married George III. Otherwise, it's like, hey, you're on the outside looking in,
Yeah. So
you know. So, that's a question to ask, and I know it's severely off topic, but
oh,
who? And I would need to look into this, but who would be next in line? Now, apparently, we have this democratic structure, parliamentary democratic structure. Because who cares what small folk think?
yeah.
But apparently, we have this. Who would be next in line to inherit the throne if, say, Bran were to, I don't know, fall out of his wheelchair and break his neck?
Yeah, they had like the stairs in the next Kingslayer. And well, Bran's not gonna die for like a couple 100 years if we're looking at like Bloodraven kind of thing, right? So that's the one thing. It's like Bran's supposed to basically be virtually immortal, like because how old was Bloodraven before he was murdered? Like 150 years old. So like no one then alive would be there to vote for it. I'm assuming.
I don't think he's immortal. I think he might have a longer lifespan, but I don't think he's immortal. I mean, even 150 years, I mean, that's outside of the ken of what we know of human lifetimes. But on the same note, they're documented. I think the oldest person of all time who passed away was some woman from the Himalayas who was like 130.
Mm.
So Bloodraven, I mean, it's not that outside of the. I think he's going to live longer, but I don't think it's like Tolkien's elves where, if they don't get killed, they're not going to die. I think it's more like you're just an exaggerated lifespan from the power of the weirwoods and so forth.
There's, yeah, I don't know. There's like people who think that Johnny says that Bloodraven is almost dead, and that the weirwood is barely keeping him alive. Jinx, ha ha ha, very funny. Yeah, the one more. Yeah, if anybody has another theory, whether it is their own or somebody else's that didn't pan out, put it in the chat. But I think the last one that we can talk. Well, we've got a few more minutes. One that was also, which we didn't really get to see, was the name of the person who was named the Prince of Dorne. And well, it's kind of confirmed because we made it canon, Jose Martel. But you never got a name, so is it blah 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 Martel or something like that, which is funny. But I thought no. But what was the other thing? One of the theories that I know a bunch of people had that was going. What was it? That it was like that Cersei. There's something about Cersei. I know that Cersei was gonna die by being choked by the Valonqar. That didn't happen. I mean, unless Jaime placing his hand on her neck and being like, "Calm down," makes any difference than the literal choking. But I don't know.
Maybe the brick was the Valonqar.
the little brother. Maybe that one brick was a little brother of another brick. You know,
Maybe it was the capstone. Like the capstone, generally, when you build an arch, is smaller than all the other stones that it's helping hold up. So maybe she got hit in the neck with the capstone.
maybe.
Or you could take it metaphorically, like to not be funny. If Valerian is gender neutral,
Mhm.
then maybe the younger sibling was Danny.
Yeah. Well, she was kind of choked into a corner, kind of.
Why you have this obsession with choking Lena Healy?
Yeah, exactly. So
Is beyond me. Like, that's kind of pervy, but hey, everybody's got the thing.
well, that's what the people were talking about. It's like, oh, it's gonna
I mean,
be
I listen to a lot of NXS, so choking doesn't bother me that much.
exactly. Bracaris was gonna happen. In the end, that's now a new thing. Bracaris. So instead of Dracaris, Bracaris. But yeah, the one thing that there was one. What was the last one that I wanted to mention? John, was there another theory thing that you had, or one thing, whether it is book theory or whatever, more bookish than not? That you had?
Okay. One of my bigger disappointments was that the whole. I feel like in the last few seasons, the Brothers Without Banners were really
Mm-hmm.
pushed to the wayside.
Mm-hmm.
And that disappointed me. I don't think you build a group of characters up like that to just make them eventually become a part of the Dirty Dozen or Dirty Seven, and be like kill everybody. It's one of the complaints I think, whether they like the show or not, everybody has, is that it just feels too rushed and that there was so much character development and it was poorly finished off.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been one of my biggest complaints. I love Dave Lynch. I love Dave Lynch films. I love all of his work.
Mm-hmm.
I hate what he did to do, because the first 2/3 of that movie is the first third of the book. And it's all this character development. And then the last 2/3 of the book is just compressed into this little, 1 hour time space. And I feel like that's a wee bit reflected in what was done with Game of Thrones. And like the Brotherhood Without Banners, I feel like it was built up and then just let go.
Yeah, it was like up this what is it, the roller coaster technique, and it's like up, and then it's like steep decline. Yeah, it's one of those. That's one of those plot lines. Like they dropped so many plot lines, but didn't tie them up in the end. Like, yes, you could say the Marine plot line was tied up nicely, but it wasn't tied up really. The Arya plot line with the House of Black and White was tied up vaguely okay. The Brotherhood Without Banners, that was just, it disbanded, I guess, after they went to what, East Watch, or whatever, it just disbanded. And then, yeah, was it on TV, a Major who mentioned it, the Fiery Hand. Like, a lot of people thought that was going to happen. That's where Mel went to go get the Fiery Hand to bring it back. But all she did was just leave to go, leave to then come back in season 8 to just light the Dothraki on fire. Which I think Johnny said this but it's like technically because the Dothraki are so perfumed that they all technically should have just disintegrated because of, or got themselves caught on fire because of how much perfume that they wear, and how much
Hey, you oil yourself up, man. Shit's flammable.
yeah. So you'd think that they would be like dead in a second. Another one that pissed me off, even though this is not really a theory, but it's like the idea of all of the half. It's like half of them are gone, and then half of them are gone, and then somehow more just showed up out of nowhere. But it's like, how does half go away, and then and the other half that was missing come back?
You know, for my suspension of disbelief, I gave up on math in Game of Thrones, like season 3. Like right after the Red Wedding, I just gave up on math in Game of Thrones. I figure it's a completely different universe that exists with different rules, and our math doesn't apply to their math, and their half is definitely not our half. Like for me, half. Well, that's my hand, so half would be like right here around my middle finger.
Yeah, 2.5 fingers. Yeah.
And then I would have half of a hand, but the proliferation of it doesn't make it bad telly. It just makes it inconsistent telly, you know. Well, here's a question I have for you. If you take from the first episode of season 1 to the last episode of season 8, because we always do this on Cylon Johns.
Mm-hmm.
First episode of season 1 to the last episode of season 8. What ranking would you give Game of Thrones as a show?
As a show? Parts of it, mine might always go. I'm like recovering from like a cold, so like I'm just why I sound funny when I do this. But I think I know like if my indecisive nature is coming through. Steve York.
No, sorry to put you on a
Steve York is a 6 to answer that question.
on a hot plate like that. I'm just wondering. I'm really interested. Anybody in the chat who has a thought, like, please drop it as a show from first to the last episode. What would you give it as a series?
Overall, like around 8, like depending on what aspects I'm looking at, because cinematically the production level just like went up and up and up, like and up and up. Story structure from, if you count season 1 to about season 6, pretty freaking amazing. Season 7, like we've discussed before, 1 through 6 was a book, like based off of a book, if you're going by this analogy. And then season 7 is it's a short story, and then season 6 is just bullet points. I think, yeah, like Steve.
No, I think that's a great analogy. And that's why I'm asking. Like the entire
about it 8. Yeah, about like either an 8 to like a 9, because like there's parts of it where I like, because then it becomes vastly like, wait, why you just did that for sake of story structure that like we talked about here, where things that were set up in earlier seasons didn't get the payoff that they deserved. So it's like one of those things where it's like the Missandei Dany thing, or Dany just overall, her plotline just goes very quickly. But yeah, what do you think?
I'm about on board with you. So at 8, that'd be 8 out of 10. That's like, or you said somewhere between an 8 and a 9. So you're talking like from a C plus to a B.
Yeah.
B. I'm sorry, I'm old. We go on a 7-point scale, not a 10-point scale.
No, but like what I'm saying is like it's more like a B plus kind of thing, where it's like it was good, but it's like it had its faults.
Yeah, anything has its faults. I mean, I'm sure you're familiar with a few shows that I'm obsessed with, and I can still point out the faults that they have.
This is my favorite episode.
Yeah.
For BSG on Friday for me to say that.
Yeah, I have a lot of favorite episodes. It's a good show, but I can realize flaws that are there and point them out. Yeah, I'm pretty much on par with you. I give it, like, an 85%.
It's more leaning on like a 9 because yeah, it's more of like a 9 because it's just I got the ending that I kind of wanted in terms of Samson's character because I know a lot of people are like she's gonna die.
Oh yeah, I got the ending I wanted. Danny got stabbed.
Exactly. What's it say?
That was like at the top of my list. Like of all the people I wanted to die from book 1, Danny was at the top of the list. It wasn't Cersei. It wasn't Littlefinger. Any of this? No, I really like. I feel like from the beginning, from about the midpoint of the first book, you see Danny becoming everything she hated about her brother. I feel like those signs are there. They're dropped. She just happens to have more power.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So yeah, I'd go about the same. Yeah, I'd give the entire series as a whole an 8 to an 8.5.
Yeah, but it varies between an 8 and a 9. More or less leaning on like the 9 aspect because it's the for the television series that it is pretty freaking awesome. But Luke from Drinks and Knows Things says that he would give it, what was it, a 9.5. The good outweighs the bad. Steve York says at the end of season 6, an 8 because he said by the end of season 4 was a 10. So Sasuke said a 9.2. Santi Johnny said an 8 out of 10. Santivia Major says 8.5. Jordan says 8. So it's the consensus is that it's pretty highly ranked by everybody else.
Yeah, and also take into consideration for me, most telly I rank at about a 3. Like, there are things people tell me are, oh, this is awesome. You gotta fucking watch it. It's so great. And I watch it and I'm just like, yeah, I've seen this before or I've read this before, and it's not being redone in a new or interesting way. There are only so many stories to be told, and you can only do them in so many manners. But there's plenty of telly out there that's not doing that hasn't done that. I think and I hope I don't piss anybody off here, but I think for a lot of serial sci-fi, the same ideas just get rehashed over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. That's why the science fiction, fantasy, speculative fiction television shows that I really like set out from the beginning knowing how they were going to end it. And there's that arc from the beginning to the end. And there might be some, for lack of a better term, filler there, but they know how it's going to end, as opposed to shows that run until they're in syndication and then it gets unpopular and they cut it off, and it's just like disappointing. It's so
Yeah, they're talking about, like, Johnny said that Lassie had better writing.
What?
Johnny said that Lassie, the show Lassie, was better writing. And also that, yeah. And Alicia agrees with you. And she says that's why I'm questioning how good the next Avatar movies will be. Yeah. That's the problem though with TV, is like you can't always get what you want, because if you all got what you wanted, then that wouldn't be then the person's story.
Right, and you know, I remember the first time I read the first book.
Uh-huh.
At the end of it, no, well, I read the first and second books like together. I'm sure you've heard this story about when I was introduced to the series.
Yeah.
It was like 2001, and I literally sat in a chair because my roommate at the time was like, "Hey, you need to read this." And Clash of Kings had just come out, and I literally sat in a chair for
A day.
almost 48 hours and just read both books all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
I also went through like half a carton of cigarettes and a bottle of Oban, but you know, hey. And I think I got up to pee like once or twice. Might have eaten.
Maybe.
I don't remember what I ate though, so that may be speculative fiction. But I remember getting to the end, and you know, so then you're waiting on Storm of Swords, and three things I knew. I was like, one, Rob is gonna die really fucking soon.
Uh-huh.
Two, everybody's crows are gonna come home to roost. And three, honestly, I would be totally happy if everyone on the entire freaking planet dies, and this book series just ends with Arya Stark and 3 dragons.
I mean, the dragons part in the books is still possible.
Right. Well, it was just an ending I would have been happy with.
Yeah.
Didn't think it was going to happen. Just an ending I would have been happy with.
Yeah. I think I think that with the theories that overall they either didn't happen because A, constraints for TV, B, because we're too smart for these theories, and D&D were just like, don't need to worry about them.
No, they've got that Star Wars money. Well, now they might be making suggestions, and they've got that Netflix money. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I am not a defender of Dan and Dave, but
No.
I think overall the other people who have contributed to the show, like, did the best they could with what they had. Yeah, and that's why I give it a B.
Everybody's now asking about the dire wolves in your situation. In your scenario.
Okay, yeah, the dire wolves could stick around. I was just talking about all the humans. Like, if all the other humans died, and it was just Arya, like, chilling with 3 dragons, I would have been fine with that ending. The dire wolves, yeah, they're fine. I'm sorry. I know this is going to piss a lot of fans off. I've never really given that much of a shit.
Well, because they're not meant to, like, really, in all actual reality. Hey, DA!
OTDA, you need to come to Cylon Johns on Friday. There's something there that we're talking about for you. So please, please, please pop in.
Oh, yeah, but because you did win the lunchbox. So you got a
It's
message.
bigger than a baby's arm.
DA won the lunchbox. So you got to go message John or Johnny about it. I know, because but what was the last thing I wanted to say? Oh, there were, yeah, I feel like Arya with the dragon, but then Danny would have to, yeah, obviously Danny would be dead enough to do. But be alright, because then the journey across, like, her sailing around would make sense. And it'd be more interesting. It's like a young girl, 3 dragons, and what? 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 direwolves. You know, not bad, not bad. Let's see. If there's any more thought, if not, I think we've taken up enough almost of everybody's time. So for next, we should, I don't know if we're using the software. Johnny's been having problems with it. So it'll either be through StreamYard on Saturday or something else. I'll figure it out. But John, what you got going on your channel? Fine, sir.
We've just finished American Gods season 1.
Mm-hmm.
So since we did season 2 episode by episode as it went on, we did season 1 just episode by episode because it's way too much to break down on one thing. We will be talking next Wednesday about the show in general, where it's at, how it compares to the book, so forth. We try and keep it as spoiler-free as possible. I do have new music content coming up. It is going to be in about a week or so. Right now, I'm in the middle of a huge move. My house that I've been living in for years is getting sold, so I'm in the middle of a huge move. So I have been cutting down on the content I've been putting out, but more music content is coming out soon. And I'm really excited about that because a lot of people have been sending me some great music that they want me to check out. After we finish American Gods, we're going to some other gaming stuff on the Believe show, which comes on Wednesdays. And we'll be talking about Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology, which is freaking awesome.
No.
I have a lot of mythology books, and honestly, Gaiman's interpretation, I think, is amazing and spot on.
And then, of course, we have Cylon Johns this week, which I should go make the link for that. Or, the link should be made for that by tomorrow. Because I usually do. But yeah, that should be up for tomorrow. But for the channel, Saturday, 2 o'clock, Derriere Debates Round 5 should be happening. It'll be interesting, to say the least, because those streams always are very interesting. And then I think next Wednesday, or the week after Wednesday, we'll probably do a Derriere Debate on a Wednesday night, just because it's not always fun.
And I'll get to be on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I work on the weekend. I can't make it for the butt battles.
Yeah.
Most of the time, but yeah, I would like to be on that one, even though you totally knocked down my 2 best butts in the entire series.
No. Well, you can explain the story the next time. But yes, so come if you can on Saturday and listen to Johnny, sometimes AK, Clarissa Thompson, and a few other people talk about who has the best butt in Westeros. Last week, it was a landslide. Maggie the Frog versus Cersei, and Maggie the Frog won. And Fandom Desync was all by himself. So, yes, so on Saturday we're doing that, and then next Wednesday we should be doing a Song of Ice and Fire, just random questions, random thoughts kind of thing. But yeah, we're gonna just be doing that. because that's what the patrons wanted, and we still have to pick a show for episode club starting up again in October. So post it on Facebook, tag me in a post about what you want me to cover. We'll go over more of this next week. But we're gonna figure that out finally. It's just been with school and stuff. But shouting out to the patrons, we had Dark Mother, who was here earlier. We've got Bobby Catalano, Nancy T, Catherine Harding, who was also in the chat, and Katrin C. They're all patrons of the channel. These ladies are so awesome, and we took a month off of episodes. Basically, we're taking about a month off for episode club to do these, because these are what they wanted to see. So yeah, if you want to join patron, we're doing a monthly book club, and this month we read Dune. So Dune by Frank Herbert. So I'm going to probably do a video slideshow presentation thing, and we're gonna talk about that. So next month, I think they haven't voted, but I'm pretty sure next month we're gonna start talking about Lord of the Rings. So, which it'll be my first time reading it. So we'll enjoy that.
Don't worry, you're still my friend.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We'll pick up a new episode club topic, and I think I might, even though this has been something that's been part of the channel for, we've been talking about it. Once Clarissa has free time, we'll talk about Outlander, but that might be so we're gonna talk about that as well. So don't pick out Outlander for next one. It's Shade.
And there's the Shade cameo. It had to happen.
But yeah, so let me know what kind of episode club topics you want to see. It doesn't have to be how we usually did it. Just give me a list. I have a list, but give me more. And we'll see you guys then. So I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I know it was all over the place with tech issues and whatnot. But yeah, so I saw my name get flagged. Drinks and Knows Things is now a patron of the channel. I'll have to check that but thank you. Because that is awesome. So now I'll have to remember. Do I have to say every member of Drinks and Knows Things, or do I just say Drinks and Knows Things? So do I have to go Abby, Luke, Ben, Glenn, and Melissa, like all of the people? But if not, we'll figure it out. Anyway, much love. Thank you, John, for joining me. Thank you for joining in the ether now. And we'll see you all on Saturday for Daria Debate Round 5. And who knows, you'll hear Maester Flamon's backstory. And we'll see you all.